The Arab Spring was recorded by video cameras, cell phones, and iPads. The world got to see something they normally don't get to see. Eric Churchill is an American blogger living in Tunisia. He says the Tunisian press was heavily censored, so social media took over as the primary news source.
You couldn't believe in any of the newspapers and any of the TV reports. And so finally you had an outlet where you were seeing things that were happening on the ground. You saw if you were Tunisian, you saw your compatriots who were getting attacked by police. This was something that was real, the government couldn't deny it any longer.
Ziad El-Hani is a leader of the Tunisian Journalists Union, and he wrote a blog before the revolution. He says he was censored 110 times.
Social media give us the possibility to break this barrier of control. And as you know, Facebook was the most important tool used during the revolutionary process.
The Facebook revolution in Tunisia began in December of 2010 after a street vendor set himself on fire. Tunisia became alive with protests. Slim Amemou wrote a blog about technology. He got involved in organizing the demonstrations and putting videos online.
We had a mailing list for organizing the demonstration. Put up a page on Facebook, put up an event on Facebook that organized the thing on Twitter. They made a Tumblr, a blog.
For an Arab country, Tunisia has a high percentage of people with access to the internet, almost 40%. Among young people, it's higher.
Throughout the Arab world, there's a youth bulge. And that's created the situation where the former regime would keep people, they didn't have enough jobs for people. So all of these youth were getting well educated, they were getting these degrees, and then there were no jobs, nothing was happening.
And young people like Slim Amemou were tapping into that dissatisfaction and using the internet to do it.
Because my videos are all over the internet, I was Mr. Anonymous in Tunisia. So the Interior Ministry will look after me.
And then men came to Slim's house, took him away in a white van to the Interior Ministry, where he was jailed and tortured.
They started interrogating me, and they asked me for my email and all my passwords, actually. I refused to give them, so they started kicking me. And then they started torturing me, mainly psychologically. So I was deprived of sleep for 5 days. I was handcuffed and I was on a chair for 5 days. And then they make you believe a lot of things, that your friends are getting tortured in the offices nearby. And they are very good actors, actually. Yeah, when they make you believe that your family or friends are getting tortured, you believe it.
Slim has recovered from his torture and is still active in post-revolutionary politics. There are fears, however, that the ugly face of censorship is coming back to Tunisia. Earlier this year, a newspaper publisher was arrested for running this photo of a Tunisian-born German soccer player and his girlfriend, which had originally appeared in the German GQ. Journalists, like union leader El-Hani, said he will fight against any new type of censorship.
We are fighting also against those who feel themselves so powerful that they can allow to themselves to make a new control on the media. We think that it's better for all of us that this media remains independent and serving all people.
And Slim says the young people of Tunisia will not stand for censorship as the new constitution is being written.
We will probably lobby them to have more freedom and guaranteed freedom in the constitution. But if it don't happen, we'll probably make another revolution. and write another constitution.